Good morning, genealogy friends. To anybody who just hopped on a minute ago with me, sorry about that. I got on for a second, but then I realized I just got new internet for my business and I forgot to hop on to that Wi-Fi. I'm hoping that that will help me with my lives. Because those of you who've been watching me for a while know that sometimes they're really choppy and I'm not sure why. I have some updates. It's Wednesday. And the plan has been that I'm going to release new pages on Wednesday, but I missed last week for things I could get into. Well, actually, let me get into that really quickly, just because I could use some crowdsourcing. I've been thrown off schedule a little bit because my husband has is currently suffering with. He has debilitating vertigo, and I've never had vertigo. And so I don't have any experience in how to help him. And the hospital and the doctors and stuff, they've given him some medication and it's helping a little bit. But if anybody has any like tips or tricks or, I mean, it's really just awful and he's having a terrible time of it. So, yeah, if you have any vertigo help, this is my random call out to the community. In the meantime, okay, so I missed last Wednesday, so I'm playing a little bit of catch up. So I've got 2 new pages today. I actually have 3 new pages, but I bundled 2 of them together. And I already put them in the shop. So they're in the shop, ready to go. And if you've bought access to the color bundles, the color folders, they're in there as well, including the plum pages. I finally remembered to put them in there before I got live. So let me show you. Okay, the first page is the parent obituary page. This is a request page, so I'm not actually sure when you would use this, because the thing is, if you had an obituary, in my mind, your parent would have their own chapter, or the person's parent would have their own chapter, so that's where the obituary would go. But then I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, if you had people who were just kind of floating around in your book and they didn't have their own index numbers, then you might not be following their generations up. Like if you had a step parent or a friend of the family or somebody where the obituary might have information that's relevant and that you'd want to save, but you'd want to make it clear that this is not that person's obituary, it's their parent's obituary, then I guess you'd need this. Either way, the page is out. It's the one I chose to share today off of my request list. And then I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to do half requests and then half of the pages that I just wanted to bring out. So this is my choice for this week. It's the microfilm pages, and I went ahead and bundled them together. So for $3, you get both of these pages. This is the microfilm worksheet. I've used this forever. I just haven't listed it for sale before. It just has a place for you to put the repository where you're looking for microfilm, the location of the repository, and then this is where you write the information about the microfilm. Now this would be kind of a research log to help you plan out all of the microfilm that you want to look at when you finally get somewhere. I don't always write down the microfilm information. Okay, I actually don't ever write down the microfilm information if I do a search and I find the film and I can see it online, because this is a page that I use to actually like take with me to go somewhere. But depending on what you're doing, you might not be able to see it online, or you might not be able to see it as good of an image as you'd want to. These are both ones from Family Search, and I made a note here that this one is only available at the Family History Center. I've also used this for NARA. I've used this for other places. So it's not just for Family Search, but those of you who use Family History Centers, this is a really helpful page. I almost broke it up more so that there was instead of just date viewed, film number, collection, and the notes, that there was a place for the title and a place for different things. But then I actually like these boxes because you can just write in what you need to. So here you can see I've got the title just written under the film number. Again, that's because this is like a research log. So I didn't want to take an extra box just to write the title. You could write the title over here. You don't have to write the title. You could, it just, however you wanted to use this page, or you could just use the blank page. So this is the microfilm blank page. In this sample page, I've added screenshots of a microfilm document and the film information, but when you buy the page, it's just blank with the microfilm title and then the color strip. And you could use this page to just go ahead and write yourself a list of microfilm that you want to search for if you don't like the format of this page. I use both together. To be honest, I haven't done a lot with this microfilm blank page because when I actually find the record image, usually there's a better page. For example, this is a microfilmed marriage license. I wouldn't use the microfilm page for this. I would use the blank marriage records page and just put this in as a marriage record. But there are times where I've just used a blank page because I've got a microfilm record that doesn't fit nicely into something, or I've taken a screenshot of a microfilm index or something like that. And in that case, you might want to use this page. But so all of these pages today are kind of open to interpretation. This one is $2. These two together are $3, and they're available in the shop. And I will have new pages next Wednesday and be playing catch up a little bit more. Hopefully my husband will feel better. I actually have a research trip coming up next week that I'm really excited about. There's a chance now that I'm not going because of my husband's health. But if I'm still going by next week, then the pages that I'm going to share are pages that I've been using to prepare for that trip. Sorry, I don't know why I just did that. Sorry. My mom went to Ireland and she brought me back different cookies because Europe has the best cookies. And she brought me back a package of ginger nuts, but I don't know why I totally just chowed down while I was talking to you. Okay, other news beyond vertigo. Questions that have been coming in. For a while now, I have been fielding questions about, and I feel like I've already said this, but let me just get it out here. I've been fielding questions about the census pages and how some of the census pages don't have all of the fields that people want, the US Census pages. I have been listening to you, and that's one of the big projects that I want to tackle next. I created those US Census worksheets before Family Tree Notebooks was a business. They were created for me, and I want to go back and look and see, I think most of them are fine. And some of them I know that I left things out because there wasn't enough space and it wasn't going to apply to most people. But I want to see if I can tweak the pages. And then there's a couple pages where I think, I can't remember which census it is, but it's missing the street address. And I know I've gotten multiple emails about that. When I update that page, if you bought the page from me, whether it was in a deluxe bundle or you bought the US Census Mega Bundle, when I upload the file to Family Tree Notebooks, it should send you an email asking you if you want to download the updated file. So you shouldn't have to contact me. If you purchase through Etsy, you will have to contact me if you want copies of the new ones, but I will send an email out when I'm ready to update the census pages. It's been on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten around to it. The other questions that have been coming in, and a huge to-do, have to do with the course. So I ran a sale on the course just recently, and then some of you I know noticed that suddenly very soon after that, the course wasn't for sale. That is not a glitch. The course is not currently for sale. You can buy individual lessons, but you cannot buy the self-paced courses right now. That's because in the grand scheme of things I wanted to get into when my kids went back to school, I wanted to do an audit of the course. I did a quick audit, looked at it, and decided that there were just a bunch of things that I wasn't super happy with. Now, more than 300 people have taken the beginner level course, which is great. And I've gotten really good feedback from it. I have not had to give anybody a refund or anything like that. People are very happy with it. But in the course of watching everybody go through it, I've noticed that about 70% of the people make it all the way through the course. And then there's 30% who, and I get it, life happens. I mean, hello, we've been in and out of the hospital this week with vertigo, but I think part of the thing about both of the courses is that they're very large and they're pretty overwhelming because I was so excited about just packing as much as I could into these courses. And so I looked at that and I couldn't decide, okay, do I want to take stuff out or do I just want to make the courses bigger? What do I want to do? So I've actually gone ahead and I've hired some professional help, which I'm super excited about, and it's shaping up really great. It's going to take a couple months, but I am going to be re-recording. I'm going to be redoing the handouts. I'm going to be tweaking the course, and I'm probably going to be changing the way that it's presented. Those of you who have already taken the course will not be left out in the cold, but I haven't completely figured out what it's going to look like for you to have access to this updated material, because I am adding some new stuff in. Those of you who want to take the course but you haven't had a chance, the good news is that I 100%, especially with all the help I'm getting, I 100% know that the course is going to come back bigger and better than ever. Well, bigger in the sense that like there will be more to choose from. I don't know that the actual individual courses are going to be bigger, but just because one of my big things that I'm supposed to be working on is making it less overwhelming. But you are going to have to be patient. The course is not going to be available probably until November. And I've got my eyeballs on Black Friday. I love a good Black Friday sale, and I love to do really big discounts on Black Friday because Black Friday is just so fun. And 10% discounts are not fun. Big discounts are fun. So I've got my eyeball on that because that would be a great time to launch the new courses and maybe do some celebratory special pricing. Until we get more of the course re-recorded and formatted and all of that, I won't know. So I'll probably have more updates about that in October. But for those of you who've been trying to enroll in the course, I know that it's not available, and I'm sorry. I know that's a little frustrating. My book is still available right now. Oh, I'm also updating the book. I am updating the book. The updated version of the book is actually finished, but I haven't released it yet. And there's this other book. Am I even ready to talk about that? There's this other book that was ready to go, but then I decided to do all this stuff with my course, and it kind of changed how that book's coming out. I have big dreams and little time. That's going to be the epitaph on my tombstone. Here lies Carly Morgan. She had big dreams, but little time. Anyways, I really feel like come November, it's just going to be a dazzling array of fantasticness on the FamilyTreeNotebooks.com website. I'm in the thick of it right now, though. Okay, so new pages. I put together a getting started video. I released it last week and meant to send an email out, and then I just didn't. I'll probably send that out in today's email. Look for that. And Vertigo help. If you've got it, we could really use it. Thanks for letting me catch up with you, and I will talk to you soon.